One question I am often asked is, how am I able to show up consistently? So if you're not following me on Instagram, what exactly are you doing? But if you follow me on my social media platforms, you know that I kind of show up, no, actually show up every day. And I show up even when I get 200 views, 500 views. Nobody likes, nobody engages. Like someone said or described me as, you still see me the next day come up smiling, shiny teeth, and all of that. And often, oh my god, now people have asked me how you show up consistently, or I get remarks like, I admire how consistent you are. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's talk about consistency on this video. What has worked for me? And if you're interested in building some form of discipline, it doesn't matter if it's content creation, because this will apply to any area of your life you're trying to be more disciplined in, or you're wanting to show up more consistently. All right, let's get into it.
My name is Oluwaseun Usidame. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
There's something I do which I will encourage almost everybody to do. Whenever something is working in my life or something is not even working, although I handle problems a bit more differently, I'm more quick to move on and find the solution, and then after I sorted it out, I can then sit and reflect, okay, what went wrong and how do I correct that mistake. But usually I also sit, okay, everybody's saying sure you're consistent. What exactly is it that I did that helped me to be consistent? I evaluate, and I think it's a good thing anyone should take on. And I'll be honest with you guys, I think a huge role that has played in my ability to be so disciplined, because I ask myself, I'm really not accountable to anybody. You may say I'm accountable to you guys, but you guys don't really owe me anything. Like, if that makes sense. That's why I was going to the office every day. I know that my boss at the end of the day going to pay me salary. And as maybe a shocker, in case you don't know, content creation is something that you do. And for like the first few years, just me, I'm not going to make money from it. You don't believe me, think it's bad belly. Go and do your research and speak to others. So, I mean, I could have said that there's really no reason why I'm showing up. Like, engagement is not so great. Money, we are not still seeing it. So why will I still wake up every day, look for how I can make my content better, and sure I'm showing up every day? Like, even me, I had to sit and ask myself. And here are some of the things I came up with. One thing I'll be honest with is I strongly believe help is my background. So, of course, most of you may not know my family or my parents, but for the few people that do, my father is a disciplinarian. Hey, my father does not take nonsense. And I think my mother is equally like that. She's a bit more flexible in terms of, oh, mommy, I don't want to do this, and listen to you. But my father, but they are still to a large extent both prim and proper. Like, we're waking up by 6 a.m., waking up by 6 a.m. We're leaving the house by 10, we're leaving the house by 10 a.m. Like, my parents are disciplinarians. You're supposed, whatever you're supposed to be doing at that point in time, you had better be found doing that thing at that point in time. If you have to wake up in the morning and ensure you sweep the house before you leave, you will sweep before you leave the house. So I think growing up in that kind of environment where you have parents that are very disciplined, that disciplinarians, are firm and proper, sincerely, I think it helped me. But also, we know that just because you grew up in a house where every morning they do morning devotion does not mean you to your own personal life. You grow up and every morning be doing devotion. So I still think there are some other intentional steps I have taken that also helped me. And before we go into the steps, I'd like to also start by defining consistency. And if you listen to, especially from a lot of people, some people think consistency is showing up every day. No, consistency is, okay, what have you committed to show up? Like, for example, let's say you're reading a book and you tell yourself that, okay, because I want to make progress in this book, every 2-3 days I'm going to pick up this book. Some people say, oh, and my commitment is that I'm going to show up once a week on YouTube. Some people will say, oh, I'm going to post 3 times a week. Some people will say, okay, because I have this exam coming up, every 9 p.m. Like, the truth is, consistency doesn't necessarily have to be every day. It just means that you have committed to doing something or showing up at something at a particular time, or if that makes sense. Right? I don't have dictionary. I'm not putting a dictionary meaning to it, but I've given different examples. You say that, oh, okay, you are a parent. I want to be able to ensure that I'm spending time with my child. So every 2-3 days, or maybe once a month, is mother and child bonding time. Once a month, because of my busy schedule, once a month I dedicate a particular Saturday. I am home alone. I'm home, and all I'm doing is focusing on my child. That is consistency, right? So it's not about, oh, you show up every day. I can show up every day because that is what consistency means to me. The day I tried, I said, okay, maybe I'll take off one day. I struggled. And that is what works for me. Again, that is what works for me. That is the structure I can work and I can build on. It doesn't mean, oh, you are now unserious for not showing, because the truth is you may show up every day and you cannot deliver quality. You are burnt out. It is not working. Be realistic. For example, I read books, right? Or rather, I'm trying to bringing back the culture of reading books. So I've been doing that a lot this year. But some people say one chapter a day. Sometimes all I do is 2 pages a day. My goal is every day, or at least in a week, 5 times a week. But I try to do every day. I must read, even if it's 1 page of that book. That is what consistency is for me. Honestly, that's what I must, even if it's 1 page, one line, I must just read something in that book. That is what progress and consistency means to me. So, first of all, what area are you trying to be more disciplined in? What area are you trying to be more intentional about? And then realistically ask yourself, what will consistency look like in this area for me? Now that we've defined what constancy is to ourselves, I remember when I was much younger. I'm now going into the things that I think that has helped me build a discipline and a consistent nature. When I was much younger, I think it was towards our academics, right? Our parents were trying to help us to be more studious. I can't remember what the goal was, but my mom said something like, if you want to wake up every day and read your book, it starts from waking up every day and ensuring that, okay, I have a chore to sweep the house. Whether or not I feel like doing it, I will do it. The point is, start from the little things. Let me not lie to you guys. This video I'm recording right now, I don't feel like recording it. I did not wake up this morning feeling like recording the video. Honestly, I was not supposed to record this video the day before, but that one I have a legitimate excuse. I didn't sleep well. I was genuinely exhausted, but still, I came the next day and I did not feel like recording this video. But I've made a commitment that I must show up every day, I mean every Saturday on YouTube. So whether or not I feel like, I have committed to coming here and showing up. I don't wait. And I think a lot of us wait for feelings to do some of these things. And I always tell people, because everybody shows up at their job, whether or not they feel like it, right? Okay, let me not get ahead of myself. We're starting, we start with the little things. I will tell you what is something currently that you are struggling with. A little thing. It could be you don't wake up every morning laying in your bed. Start with ensuring every morning you wake, because it's just about 2, 3, max less than 5 minutes of your time. Wake up every morning, whether or not you feel like it, and lay your bed. You see, building discipline, you'll be surprised how you can build discipline from the most random things. I recently did something for a period of time, a long thing, for like a stretch, and I realized that that thing taught me how to be consistent. Even the more, it taught me how to build discipline, because showing up every day doing the same thing is hard. It's hard, right? So I want you to challenge yourself. You have to leave your comfort zone. Oh. You have to, and a lot of us is, stop waiting for your feelings. Stop waiting to feel like praying. Stop waiting to feel like reading the book. Stop waiting to feel like doing that particular thing. And just decide, I'm going to show up. It's first a decision also. And like I said, start from the little things. Maybe every morning you struggle to brush your teeth. Yes, wake up and ensure you brush your teeth. You are pushing yourself. You are telling you are gradually building yourself to push through feelings, to push through not being in the mood, and ensure that you are showing up at whatever it is you need to show up at. Okay, so again, first thing is we define consistency. The second thing is start with the little things, right? If you're trying to be consistent, start with the little things. And another thing I'm going to say is know your why. Why are you brushing your teeth every morning? It's very interesting. I know why I do content. I'm not doing it. I know personally, I'm not a fan of doing something because everybody is doing it, doing something because that's the next big thing. If that works for you, okay. I have a reason why I do everything. I have a reason why I decide that I want to go to the gym, I want to live healthy. I know my why. So I'm not waking up every morning because it is a trend to go to the gym, because it's the next hot thing, or because, oh, the doctor just said, oh, it is, go to eat your vegetables. I have a, if I share the reason with you, say, Ashel, it's not just to live healthy, but I have a more, I've sat down to analyze, okay, I want something for my life, and I know that in order to achieve this thing, eating healthy, being healthy will play a big role. So I have a bigger picture, and it helps me want to show up every day, or want to at least put structures in place to ensure I can achieve this goal. Why are you doing content? What is your goal? Why are you reading that book you are reading? Know your why. See, the thing is, what's that thing of when the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable, and it's the truth. It's see, to build structure, to build a lifestyle, to build consistency or something. There's something that's fueling it. There's something that is driving it. There's something that is pushing you. There's a reason why you know that if you don't show up every day, my sister, your next house rent is gonna go. You know your why. That's why no matter how bad of a boss some of us may have, we will still go to work. Some people go to church every Sunday because the why is just that you should just go to church every Sunday. But that is a why. That is what keeps them going. Why are you doing what you are doing? Are you following trend? You have to, personally, I believe that you have to have a meaning that resonates with you, that makes sense to you, that is part of your goals as an individual as to why you are doing this thing. Because that's the only way you can, build that consistency and that drive that you need towards that thing. And the last thing I'm going to say is build structure. So I know I want to show up every day on social media. I'm not, see, if you see me, there are times where the content I'm supposed to post today when I'm editing. Those times, no, I'm tired. I'm probably at a very tired point. But as I'm speaking to you guys, at the time of recording this video, I have 7 contents already edited and just ready to press go. So that means if I don't shoot for the next 2-3 days, I will not die. How did I do it? I built structure. I have days where this is for thinking of content, this is for shooting, this is for editing. There are times where, I have an idea and spontaneously, let's get up camera. But I also build structure. I have days where it is for recording and editing. And then I know that, okay, I've sorted out content for the next 1 week. I can sit back and start planning again. That's structure. Okay, I know that if I want to, for example, as little as, okay, you want to live healthy. You want to live healthy. Why is there Coke and Fanta in your fridge almost every other time? That's not a good structure. Leave I think a lot of us, you give to you are depending too much on your flesh. No, you are a human being. Do you understand? I want to ensure that, okay, I am healthy. What structures have you put in place? Do you have an accountability partner? Do you have what is in your fridge? What does your diet look like? You want to read a book every day. How are you going to track that? What structure are you going to put in place? I think I have a video where I speak about how to build a consistent devotional life. I also think in terms of building consistency, because I spoke a lot more on building structure. Well, that relates more to building a devotional life, things you can do. But I also believe that, you know how you're listening to something random and you can just pick 1 or 2 things from something that almost does not really correlate. Yeah, I think that would be a good video to also speak on consistency. So you can go and try that out. But I mean, I highly recommend put structures in place. You can research more about it, think more about it. How can you build a system or a structure that ensures that you are more productive and you can show up consistently at that thing? Do you need a nanny? Do you need to outsource some things? Do you maybe you need to get a dry cleaner? Stop saying, stop thinking you know that some people don't know that in order to be more productive, you need to outsource and pay. Like you need to spend money to make more money. And so with time. Because one of the things that lack of consistency steals from you is your time. So if you want to have more time to ensure that you can do the things you need to do, then you need to outsource things that are taking your time. Maybe you need to get a driver. Maybe you need to get a nanny. Maybe you need to get an assistant. Maybe you need to, or for example, use more of ChatGPT instead of sitting and thinking by yourself. Use tools that are already available. Maybe you need to outsource the editing part of your content. Whatever it is, build the structure that will help you to be more productive, to help you show up consistently, and help you to be more, disciplined. I think this is one of my shortest videos. But yeah, like I always say, sometimes the hack or the secret to some things is not 10 steps to greatness. It's just in the little everyday thing, right? And if you've learned something from this video, maybe another time I'll redo this video, maybe when I've learned more things. But I think right now, these are just some of the things that are helping me to ensure that I'm consistent and I show up. And yes, remember to subscribe, like, share, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.